that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team count, that's a big number.
Well, Coach, while much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff, no such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check 55.
13.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
21.
On first down, McKinnon again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. 180.
55. Check.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. To throw now in his own end zone. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. At the 4-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go.
This is Mostert. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Hey, alert.
Now Mostert. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
65.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Now they go screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Niners 7, Dolphins nothing.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Dolphins have got it. Anything to make of this, or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week, and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Hey, I'm coming out, boom. Mike, 50.
2nd and 9 now. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Right there, 56. In your face. Mike 56, Mike 56.
On play action, they'll throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory. play right at the 40.
White. One, Omaha.
Mostert. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Shaq Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Now Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
12, fellas, here we go. Jumper. 6-6, pull it high. 21. Smooth. 55, Mike, 55. 12.
Here's Mostert. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On play action, now Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Coleman now. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant with his 16th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Let's go. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Check right. Watch 55.
11.
Play action. Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That one good for 26 and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Coleman. And a solid run down inside the 30.
Here we go.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 46 yards away. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Back to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mott's 56. Mott's 56.
Now back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Here we go. 180. 21, 21. 13.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
180. 13. Hey, whoa. 21.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short game.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Right there in the middle. 55.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
At the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
It is good. Makes the score Niners 20, Dolphins 7. Robbie Gould kicking off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. And this is Parker, complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They're going to try and throw. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, watch the boot. Check 59, Mike. Over. Mike to 59. Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Go. 56. Mike, 56. Gotta do better. Yeah. QB, come on. Let it go.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
First and 10.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now this throw caught left side. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
On the set. 6, Mike, 56. Here we go, D. Here I come. Shift. Watch the shift. That's it. 56 to Mike. 56 is hard.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
They run it with Balaj, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
That's another Dolphins first down.
They come up in an offset eye. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. Here's a run with Balaj, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Balaj with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On third down, here's Coleman. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Niners on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front,
Here we go.
and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Niners 27, Dolphins 14.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Exit.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Strip that ball.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
That's going to be a long.
12.
That's going to be a long.
Hey, exit.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put it
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it to give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game. Just his second incompletion, and we're in the fourth quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. And the Niners get there and bring him down. D Ford racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Parker the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone in?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know it is the holiday season because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he loses the football a 2nd time. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And a 49er first down.
Right back to him on first down. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Niners, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England.